Welcome back. There is a live look outside from the Oregon coast. That's our Inn at Spanish Head Resort Hotel camera in Lincoln City. Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. Ian Mackay was an avid outdoor adventurer and biology student when a bike accident changed his life forever. Despite being paralyzed from the neck down, Ian was determined to still live his life to the fullest. Here to share this incredible story, we welcome the author of Ian's Ride, A Long-Distance Journey to Joy, Karen Polinsky. Thanks for joining us today.
So happy to be here.
Tell me about how you first connected with Ian and his family.
Well, it was Grandma. So Ian's grandma's name is Beverly Dawson, and she is one amazing lady.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can maybe get a glimmer of where Ian gets his charisma from.
It sounds like a very fantastic family overall.
They are, and I could go on quite a bit. Well, so Beverly called me. She had found out about my other book through a book group, which my other book is a novel, and it also takes place on the Olympic Peninsula. So she contacted me and just said, you know, you got to get out there. You got to meet Ian. And
wow.
That's all it took.
And it really was a perfect match.
You know, it's so funny because, you know, here I am, you know, almost a quarter of a century older than Ian, you know, and I'm a lady, and yet I think this is Ian's gift. You know, anyone who meets him feels like they can be a friend, and they feel like we're all connected. We have so much in common. So for Ian and I guess the first point of connection was the Olympic Discovery Trail.
Oh, wow.
I like to bike. I had biked it from Puget Sound all the way to the Pacific Coast. And Ian, of course, is out on that trail daily. So we had a lot to talk about.
Well, take me back to the beginning of Ian's story in 2008, where his life changed completely in one day.
Yeah, so Ian had everything going for him. You know, he was really on top of his game. So excited about what he was studying, had a lot of friends, had a lot of adventure. And then suddenly one day, he was 26 years old. He had just taken his semester exam. I'm sure he aced it because he always did. And he was biking home downhill, speeding fast, and he hit a patch of sand, went over the handlebars and hit a tree and broke his neck. And as you said, like in that single instant, he lost everything, including the use of his body. He was forced to abandon his studies, his friends, the place he called home, and relocate to the Olympic Peninsula, where his parents had just bought a property. And he had only been there twice in his whole life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there he was in the position of creating a whole new life and actually a whole new identity as a quadriplegic.
Well, and as somebody who loved the outdoors so much, I heard an interview where he was talking about, I tried to become an indoor cat and play video games and these kinds of things, and that just wasn't his personality at all. He had to get back outside.
Yeah, and I think when you're in a wheelchair, that can be challenging, especially, you know, through our Pacific Northwest winters where there's like a lot of rain, a lot of dirt, a lot of, you know, you're swimming out there. And so, you know, getting the proper wheelchair that can really handle any environment is one of Ian's missions, and making sure that everyone has access to that.
Yeah, it seems like accessibility both in the outdoors and the tech world as well. He's really involved in making sure everyone can use things appropriately.
Yeah, so he is a consultant for Apple, and he was a pioneer in some of the technology that made it possible to make a simple phone call.
Wow.
So if you think about that, it seems like, you know, why would that be so important? But for Ian, it was the key to his independence, of course, because he couldn't go out on the trail alone. He always had to have a caregiver or a family member with him unless he had the ability to make a phone call. And that, in the early days, and even now, like requires a combination of switches and also voice control. Some pretty elaborate technology packed into our little cell phones.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Tell me about Sea to Sound.
Sea to Sound is his flagship event, I should say. So Ian has 7 rides planned for the summer, and they're all fully assisted, helping people to get outdoors who might not otherwise be able to. Sea to Sound is amazing. It's 3 days, and it's on that Olympic Discovery Trail, and it really builds community. So there's all kinds of people out there. There's people in wheelchairs, recumbent bikes, skateboards. There was even a horse one year.
Oh, wow.
And of course, I'm out there with my bicycle.
Yes.
And you know, the first day, everybody kind of gets to know each other. On the second day, you've made friends. And by the third day, we've become a community. And then the glories of the trail are unforgettable.
It seems pretty infectious when you're participating in one of these awesome events that Ian puts on, that you're inspired by everyone around you and you get that itch of, I want to be outside more, I want to set some more challenges. Like, he's broken world records at this point, right?
Yeah, I think that's one of his big messages for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, he talks about how does any person, not just a person with a severe disability, but any person lead a happy life.
Yeah.
And one of his key messages is set a goal for yourself and push your limits.
Yeah.
And that's really affected me, and I think everyone who meets him, you know, finds that they become a part of his story, and we all cross the finish line together.
Yeah, and you and Ian are having an event together tonight, so folks will get to be in conversation with the both of you, so we want to let everyone know. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Okay, Karen's book again is called Ian's Ride. Their book event is tonight at 7 p.m. Powell's Book, Cedar Hills. We'll have it all on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.